Hillary Clinton kind of rain-soaked appearance in Florida yesterday. To me, it looked and sounded a lot like the Howard Dean scream of 2004. Maybe I'm being unkind there, but watch them both. Roll tape.
I want to be the president for everybody. Everybody who agrees with me, people who don't agree with me.
We're going to California and Texas and New York. And we're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan.
So let's get out. Let's vote for the future. Let's vote for what we want for our country and our children and our grandchildren. God bless you.
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
Look, I'm sorry. I am probably being highly pejorative and a little unkind. Let's see what Townhall editor Katie Pavlich thinks of this. Pass your judgment, Katie. Was I wrong to do that?
I know that it's 9:30 in the morning, but I think it's far too early for you to accost us with both of those things. I feel like you could make millions of dollars on a company showing and teaching candidates not to scream and yell into the microphone. It's there for a reason. You don't have to yell.
It was an unkind comparison, that's true. Katie, just stay there for a second, because
similar,
to my right, not politically, but to my right, geographically, we have with us a Democrat strategist. Her name is Judah Roginski. Go at me.
You were
if you
highly
like.
pejorative and unkind now.
Thank you very much, Judah.
Back to Katie. No, that was funny, Stuart. That was well done.
Was it legit?
It was a little Dean-esque, I agree, but she didn't do the... What was so precious about Dean was the scream at the end. I didn't see her do the yeah at the end.
That's true. Not
that's
quite.
True.
Not quite.
And I apologize to everybody. It is 9:30. Yelled at everybody here. Good morning.
Julia, I'm glad you came. Just stay there, please. I've got a lot more for you later.
Nowhere.
I want to go back to Katie. All right, now, look, Katie, there is clearly a shift, and it's happening now in the polls. The shift is towards Donald Trump. Let me show you what we're talking about here. Two new national polls, virtual dead heat. First off, Marist, 44-43, statistical tie. Then move on to the new Investors Business Daily script poll, 44-43, again, virtual dead heat. But, Katie,
right.
The bottom line here is that there is a trend towards Trump, and there's only 2 days to go. He thinks he's got enough time to convert that trend into a win on Tuesday. Do you?
You know, we're getting closer here, and although national polls at this point don't necessarily matter, the battleground states do, and the national poll is a reflection of those battleground states. We're seeing him tie up the race in Colorado, which is where he hasn't been able to get close to her. We've seen him in Michigan being able to get tied in some of the local polls there. New Hampshire is now leaning in his favor, and so we are seeing that the national trend is a reflection of the swing state polls, and 2 days is a long time in terms of political time. I know that it's been a long election, and we're all ready, I think, for this thing to figure itself out and to have a winner, but 2 days is a lot of time for them to keep that momentum in their favor, and Hillary Clinton at this point still hasn't been able to reverse the narrative in the media about her FBI investigation, and so I think that we're going to continue to see these polls go in his favor as we move on to Election Day.
I have a suspicion that there are issues underlying the trend towards Trump. Not the email scandal for Hillary, but issues for Trump. For example, Obamacare. I think it's a treasure trove for Donald Trump, and I think he has exploited it.
Right. The unemployment in this country, Obamacare, and obviously Democrats are concerned about some of these states like Michigan and Pennsylvania. And I think that President Obama's attitude this week in Philadelphia was really a reflection that they are concerned. He was irritated. He was upset. He was saying, if you want to basically maintain my legacy, you have to elect Hillary Clinton. The firewall on the East Coast, the blue firewall, has somewhat crumbled, not in Hillary Clinton's favor. And so there are concerns there, and this is why we're seeing in the final days both Democrats and Republicans on the Trump campaign battling in places like Michigan. Ivanka Trump has been on the trail as well. She's been in Georgia. She's flying to New Hampshire today. So these are all places where people are on the ground working hard to shore up those last-minute voters. It
is still touch and go. It really is. I mean, there's no certainty in this thing with, what, 48 hours to go? That's it. That's the way we are. Katie, thanks for coming in on a Sunday morning. We appreciate that. Isn't it fun to watch history?
I'll forgive you for the Hillary video earlier.
Thank you very much indeed. All right.
Thanks.